Hello and welcome to another review. I am Broski04 for Triple Threat 420. I almost said 906 again. I'm still trying to get used to that. But anyways, another review. This time it is of Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, do the reviews as I usually do, which is spoiler-free section. Let's tell you overall thoughts, tell you what I think of the movie, and then I'll do a spoiler warning, and then get into what I think, and then get into the more important stuff, All right, so overall thoughts on the movie. It was a pretty good movie. It was pretty good. I think, yeah, I like this one more than the first Venom movie, which I really did like. I really did like the first one. I think Tom Hardy's really good as Venom. So I really liked the first one, so I was very excited for this one, and this one was also pretty good. I really liked it. Really liked this one. Also, the main takeaway from this one is, of course, Carnage is the villain. So happy to see Carnage in a film. He is my favorite Spider-Man villain, so great to see Carnage. I was a bit skeptical with Woody Harrelson playing Cletus Cassidy, but I thought he actually did a pretty good job, so that was fine. A lot of the cast from the first movie comes back for this one. Yeah, it was just very good, very entertaining. I do recommend, if you like Marvel movies, if you like Venom, if you like the first movie, definitely go watch this one. All right, now spoiler section in 3, 2, 1. All right, so the big spoiler that I want to get into, I will say for the end, since it is the after credit scene. But so it starts off with Cletus Cassidy and this girl in a prison. The girl's getting taken away. I guess they're like in love, whatever. And she gets taken away. She ends up getting shot in the eye while being taken away, but she lives. So we cut to modern day, and now Cletus Cassidy wants Eddie Brock to put something about him in the paper. So starts doing that, and he based off of what Cletus said, and Eddie also takes a look inside Cletus's cell. Venom helps him figure out why. So Cletus is in there for a bunch of murders, and Venom helps Eddie find out where he hid all the bodies. So now Eddie's seen like a hero. But anyways, in the middle of the movie, him and Venom get mad at each other. Venom actually leaves Eddie, jumps around to other people for a bit, but eventually does go back to Eddie, which is cool, finally. And then, before all that happens, Eddie goes to see Cletus one more time before he is killed due to the death penalty. And Cletus says stuff that angers Venom, and Venom tries to go after him. And during that, Cletus bites Eddie and gets a bit of the symbiote in him, which of course spawns off, and he becomes Carnage right as he's about to die. Symbiote takes over, he becomes Carnage, breaks out, kills a bunch of people, and then goes to freeze the girl that he was with, who is a girl named Screech, who's like Banshee, if you know who that character is. Like Banshee, her power, she screams very, very loudly, which is a problem for Carnage, because Cletus wants to be with this girl, but her power is screeching, and of course symbiotes are sensitive to noises, and so that creates a hard thing there. So Cletus wants to be with her. He doesn't want her to get hurt, but Carnage sure hates her because she could kill him. So a bunch of stuff happens. Cletus breaks out, starts wreaking havoc, starts pun intended, starts creating carnage everywhere. And then, like I said, Venom broke away from Eddie for a bit, but went back to him. And then finally, they eventually do fight, and the fight scene was very good. It was a very good fight scene, and Carnage is freaking insane. I love the way they presented him in this movie. He's constantly got like tendrils, going in the back of him, like a lot like in the comics. He's turning his hand into axes and stuff like that. He even grows bigger at some points. There's points where he grows massive, where he grows a lot bigger, which again, we've seen him do in the comics, so that's really great. There's a lot of points where I thought, well, not really thought, but it did make it seem like Carnage was going to win and kill Venom. But anyways, the way it happens, the girl is with that Screech and Carnage. They end up fighting. Screech is going after the cop that shot her in the face, like I said earlier. And so she's going after him, and then Venom and Carnage are fighting. And in the middle of the fight, it looked like Screech killed the cop, but I'll get back to that. So she goes to help Cletus, but Carnage ends up turning on her, starts hurting her, almost kills her. And it seems like, I don't know, that could be it. But Carnage ends up killing her. But not before she lets out like one giant last screech. And that like weakens both Carnage and Venom. And then they both fall. Venom's able to recover and save Eddie before he falls to his death. Cletus falls and pretty much dead. Not almost, but pretty much dead. He's like almost dead, and then Carnage separates from him. Venom eats Carnage, which, I mean, I guess, alright. And then it shows, and then it has, the Venom picks up Cassidy, looks like he's going to eat him. And then Cassidy tells like a bit of an origin story. He did it earlier, but he also explains it here. Pretty much, the guy's a complete psychopath. When he was a kid, he threw his grandma was in a wheelchair and he pushed her down a flight of stairs, which killed her. He threw, I forgot if it was like a toaster or something, but he threw something like that into a bathtub when his mom was in there. And he had an abusive father, so yeah, pretty psycho. And then it says, all I wanted, Eddie, was to not be alone. All I wanted was your friendship. Pretty much gets turned down, and then probably the best line of the movie. You think it's going to be sympathetic. You think, oh, okay, he's going to let him go, just let him get arrested. Maybe live out his death sentence, whatever. But no, Venom just like, this is literally the line he says, fuck this guy, and then eats his head. It was hilarious. That was a good spot. So after that, Cletus is dead, Carnage is dead, Screech is dead. Now going back to the cop that I said that Screech was after, and I said it seemed like she died. Well, if you've seen these movies, if someone's got a symbiote with them, you can see like, I don't know, weird stuff happens with their eyes. We see the cop's eyes and something happens in there. We see his eyes and it looks like he's got a symbiote in him. Now, how the hell he get a symbiote? I don't know. But if I were to make a prediction of what this could lead to, I am predicting Toxin. That's my prediction. If you don't know, Toxin is the offspring of Carnage and is actually the most powerful symbiote in the comics. Again, if you know that, then that was pointless. But if you don't, there you go. That's for you. And then after that, Eddie and Carnage are like now on the run. Cops are trying to find them, so they go to an island or they go somewhere to hide. And then that's the end of the movie. And now we hit the after credit scene, which is, here's the big spoiler. Big spoiler here. So Eddie and Carnage are just sitting in like this crappy hotel room watching TV. And then, like the world is like glitches around them. And then they're all of a sudden, they're like in a nice room now because they were in a shitty one. Now they're in the nice one. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Even Venom says, "What the fuck was that?" And then the TV's on. Look at the TV. And on the TV is Spider-Man. Tom Holland's Spider-Man from the MCU. Venom is in the MCU officially. Venom is in the MCU. I couldn't be more excited. I mean, if you've already seen the trailers for No Way Home, I mean, we already got we already got I'm drawing a blank on this. Willem Dafoe coming back as Green Goblin. We got I forget the other actor's name, but the guy who played Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2, he's coming back. Possibilities of both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming back. And now Venom, Tom Hardy Venom, could be in the movie. I don't know if he'll appear in the movie, but he is now in the MCU. So Peter shows up on the TV. It's the same thing that we saw in Far From Home. It's the same thing we saw in Far From Home, where it's J. Jonah Jameson revealing how Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Venom just goes up to the TV and says, "That guy." So maybe a bit reversal here, but we could possibly get symbiote suit Spider-Man in the MCU. We're definitely, at this point, it's pretty much written in stone. We are getting Spider-Man versus Venom. We are getting Tom Holland Spider-Man versus Tom Hardy Venom. That's the biggest takeaway. Again, I'm not like saying like the rest of the movie was bad, because it was a good movie, but that's the one thing that has stuck with me. And I'm so excited for this. It's amazing. I never thought, I didn't think Venom would cross over into the MCU, or at least this version of Venom would cross over into the MCU, but he is, and I'm super excited for it. So that's pretty much Venom, Let There Be Carnage. If it seemed like I sort of like zoomed through the plot, that's kind of how that's a lot like how the movie was. A lot of it seemed to move very, very fast, but whatever. That's probably my only nitpick. It just seemed to like move very fast. Nothing really seemed like, every scene that happened, as soon as over, like something else was happening, and never let anything sit. So that's my one nitpick with the movie. But other than that, really good movie. Again, if you're a Marvel fan of Venom, go watch it. If you're like me, big fan of Carnage again being my favorite Spider-Man villain, definitely go see it. And what are your thoughts on Venom in the MCU? That's the biggest takeaway from this. Your thoughts on Venom on the MCU. Leave it down in the comments if you've seen the movie. If you haven't, go watch it. Unless I already spoiled this for you. That's why I do the spoiler warning. So if you don't want to get spoiled, you can go watch it and then come back. But whatever. Anyways, that was another review from Broski040 Triple Threat 420. No, I haven't done a video in a while where I'm high. I haven't done a high five in a while, but funds be low and can't find any supplies, so been in a tricky spot there. But do not worry, the second I get some supplies, the second I get some money to afford the supplies and then get the supplies, I will definitely have it. And we will definitely do another high five. The creator of the high five will return. So anyways, that has been it. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you like this and want to see other videos like this, other reviews, and plus our other videos like high five, gaming videos, stuff like that, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next video. See you in the next one.